Can you see my screen?
Yes, it is visible.
Okay. How many students are there today? 13. Yeah. So how many of you know about the keyword? कीवर्ड्स के बारे में किसी को पता है? पाइथन में कीवर्ड्स किसे बोलते हैं? कौन कौन है? 11 पार्टिसिपेंट्स, आकिब एंड अनुराग, आसिया। किसी को पता है कीवर्ड्स किसे बोलते हैं? व्हाट आर कीवर्ड्स इन पाइथन?
Yes, sir.
Predefined combination of alphabets in any language.
Sorry, your voice is not audible properly.
Predefined set of combination of alphabets which are having some specific task to perform, like int, float, length, etc.
Okay. Means these are predefined. We cannot use them, right?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
No,
Yeah.
we can use for some specific purpose only.
Like
For example, when we are defining a function, we use def keyword, or using like import keyword is there, etc.
okay, so that's their means specific task. They are meant for that. Like
Yes.
import is made a keyword because it is meant to import something. We cannot use it as a variable, right? So these keywords are already predefined and their task has been fixed already. So we cannot use them in any other task. Like we cannot use them as variables. These are keywords. Okay. And how many keywords are there? Means to get how many keywords are there, we need to write this keyword.kw list. KW is for keyword and this is the list. Okay. If you type this in your Python, in your Jupyter notebook, then you will get the total number of keyword list. Okay. Then let's see what are the keywords we have. So these are the keywords in Python: false, none, true, and, as, assert, async, await, break, class, continue. Okay. And mostly we see these keywords like while, then import, if, in, is. These are mostly used. And then delete, else, if, else. So these are all keywords and we cannot use them as variables. Okay, these are fixed, these are preserved words. And how you know that these are keywords? If you write any of the keywords, it will be highlighted in dark green color. See, these are dark green color. So it's a keyword, right? Now if I type print, then it's a light, means it's not that much bold as compared to import, right? Import is bold and this not bold. So that's a function. Print is a function and import is a keyword. Keywords are highlighted in green and they are in bold. Okay. Like if I type else or else if, sorry, else if, elif. So these are in bold and highlighted in green. So you can understand that these are keywords, and not bold means function. This is a function. Okay. And how many of you know about comments? Comments. What are comments? And how to write comments in Jupyter Notebook? Means if I need to write a comment, then how can I write a comment?
With hash.
Have
Dash, using dash. Single multi-line comments.
Okay, for that I need to use
Using hash, we can give hash.
it's not called hash actually.
Okay.
You can say single inverted or double inverted like this. This is a single. This is double. So to write a comment, I need to write in this. Is that so? Now, is this a comment?
Comments are not executable.
So how to write a comment?
Using hash symbol.
So
Okay.
select the line, put control slash, it will comment it.
Select the line.
Select the line,
Uh,
write something.
okay, 1 minute. Okay.
Yeah. Select it
Hmm.
and then just press control slash together.
Control and slash.
Slash. Yeah. Yeah, done.
Yeah, right.
So yeah. So simply it is hash, or if you don't know anything, control slash will work on any editor.
Okay. And what
Yeah.
about the markdown?
I'm sorry, I don't have any idea about it. Would you show it?
For writing
The
purpose.
markdown that we write something
Mm-hmm.
they are not printed.
Like I have write data science then and import also. Wait. Print. Oh, wait. Now. If I mark down, then this whole cell will be marked down.
Try it, sir. Yeah.
Right now, the whole cell will be marked down. And if you want
Yeah.
to use the shortcut, then you can use M. Press here. When the color is blue, then you can press just M. Okay, it is marked down now. Here is the 1 minute. See, to mark down M. Yeah, man. Change cell to markdown. You need to press M. Okay. And if you want to change the cell means return to the code, then you need to press Y, I think. Yeah, Y. Change cell to code. Okay. Okay, so you are clear about the comments and all that. Keywords, comments, indentation. So today we will study about data structures. Okay. Data structures are of 4 types. These are lists, tuples, sets, and dictionaries. Okay. These are the 4 data structures. List, tuple.
Hello, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, can you please explain about indentation again? I don't know.
Indentation.
Yes, sir.
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, is this basic classes for Python, like Python basics?
Yes.
I thought it is a machine learning, sir.
No.
I have
It's,
been.
okay. It's
Yeah.
Python basics class.
Okay, sir. Okay.
Yeah. Indentation is nothing but to define a block of a code. You need to indent something. Okay. 1 minute.
Okay, sir.
Like whenever you use the function if, then a tab or 4 spaces are introduced here automatically when you enter here. Okay. Python use that to show that you are entering a block of code, and to separate different blocks of code, indentation is given here. It is 4 spaces, or you can directly give 4 spaces. Okay, from here. Tab. To you can directly enter. So indentation is nothing but means it's a block of code. When we enter it in a code, then indentation is given automatically. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Now we will first learn list. What are lists? Then we will go for tuple, set, and dictionaries, and the last. List is a collection of objects. Okay. List is nothing but a collection of objects. Collection of objects is also known as array, if you know, right? Okay. List is one of the sequence data structures. It is a collection of items where you can write string integers, or you can use even list within a list. And lists are enclosed in square brackets. Okay, you need to remember this because tuples, which we are going to see later on, that are enclosed in parentheses. Lists are enclosed in square brackets, and sets in curly brackets. Okay, so lists are enclosed in square brackets, and putting different comma separated values between a square bracket will create a list. If you want to create a list between the objects, then just put comma after an element. Each item in the list has assigned index value. Each item will be given an index value in the list, and lists are mutable, which means they can be changed. You guys understand the meaning of mutable?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Can you explain to others?
Yes, sir. We change the list under the all values. We change the command line using
Uh,
command line.
Yeah, actually mutable means the elements within the list can be changed. Suppose we have created a list, then we can change the elements in the list. Okay. First, we will see how to create a list. This is an empty list. Okay. So empty list can be created. 1 minute. Just write. You cannot write list because it's a reserved word, right? So LST,
Yes.
any other name you can take, and just put square brackets. So now list has been created. Okay. Now if I want to check the type of the list, then print type of LST. See, so a list has been created here, right? This is an empty list. In this way, you can create a list. Now, if I place any elements, items need to be separated by comma. And it doesn't matter if you give a space also after it. It's the same thing. Okay. Say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If I have given a space here, that doesn't mean make any changes. because it is not sensitive to space. Like some things are like not case sensitive. Similarly, here space is Python is not sensitive to space. You can give space, you cannot give space. It's okay, but just separate the items through a comma. Okay. So you can create a list with the help of strings also. This is a string with single inverted comma. Okay. So this is a string. We can create list with the help of strings. We can create list with the help of integers, right? We can create list with the help of another list. So this is list number 3. And here we have 2 lists within a list. This is a list having elements 1 and 2, and this is another list having elements 3 and 4. So we have created list with the help of 2 lists. Okay. We can also create list with the help of mix. Mix means you are using integer, you are using a string, you are using float. So you can create list with these also. Okay. Now, to check the existence of an element, we have to use the keyword in. In is used to test if an element, if an item is in the list. Okay. Suppose this is a list, and okay. Now, if I want to check X is in this list or not, then I need to see. Lists are having value 3, 4, 5, 8, 2, 1. 55 is also there in this list. And I am writing X is equal to 55, right? And here, what I am checking X in L. L is nothing but the name of the list. And I want to check X is equal to 55. 55 is present in this list or not. So I am writing print X in L. Okay. So it will give a Boolean answer, true or false. If it's present in the list, it will give true. If it's not present, it will give false, right? Now I am writing 56. 56 is not present in this list. Now I am checking again, print X in L. You need to use this keyword in, okay? Now, as 56 is not present in this list, it will give false, okay? So just to check any element or an item in the list, you need to use in. Now, this a list 1, 2, 3, 4. If 2 in list, then print AI. If 6 not in list, print ML. The same method, just for checking there is present or not, you have to use in. Okay. Let's run this also. Now see, here we are testing if 2 in list, then print AI. अगर 2 इस लिस्ट में प्रेजेंट होगा तो क्या करना है, AI प्रिंट करना है. ओके, तो 2 यहाँ पे प्रेजेंट है, so it will print AI. Okay. Now keyword not, here we are using the keyword not before in. Okay, to check if 6 is not present in the list, and you can see the list, it is 1, 2, 3 and 4. 6 is not present in the list, so obviously it will print ML also. If 6 not in the list, then print ML. So 6 is not here in the list, so it is printing ML also. Now we can check the length of the list by using the function len length. Okay, so it will give the length of the list to you. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. Okay, now we will check the length of the list. It is 6. Okay, so To check the length, just write len, then parenthesis L within that parenthesis, and you will get the length of the list. Okay. Now, list modification. What do you mean by list modification? How many of you know that a list can be modified or not? Can I modify this list? I've created this list. Okay. It contains
Yes,
the
sir.
element 6, 4, 5, 8 to 1.
It's
Can I
modified.
modify it?
Yes,
Yep.
sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Here I is equal to 3. Okay. So I am writing L of I. So what does this mean? L of 3. Because I is 3. So here it will mean I L of 3. This is nothing but 3. So do you know how to check the indexing in the list? Anyone knows how to check the indexing in the list?
Yes, sir. Starting 0.
Yeah, right. So this is 0, 1, 2, 3. So this is the third element or item in the list. So it will replace 8 with 99, right? Because I am changing it, modifying the list. So let's print L now. Now, 8 has been replaced with 99. So in this way, we can modify the list. Just with the help of indexing, we can modify the element in the list. Right? Now we have append method also. To add any element to the list, we use the method append. Okay. I have created this list. If I want to add any other element or item in this list, I can use append, and it will add this item at the end of the list. Okay. So let's see this. Now append will be for adding. See, here at the end 99 has been added. So simply we just need to write the name of the list. Here the name of the list is L, then dot append 99. Okay. What it will do, append will add the item at the end. It will add the item at the end. Simple. Now list insert. This is the format: insert index, comma, value. Takes index and value. Insert function takes index and value. Okay. Now remember, we are not replacing, we are just inserting. हम अभी replace नहीं कर रहे हैं, insert function की मदद से हम कुछ नया insert कर रहे हैं. मान लीजिए मैंने ये list create किया है 1 2 3 4. Okay. Now I want to insert something, so I will use name of the list, comma insert, then 2, comma 3. If I am writing double or single inverted comma, then it's a string, right? Now let's check. Sorry. Okay. So insert. What I have done 2, comma 3. So this is the value of the index, right? And at this index, I need to insert this value. So 1, 2, sorry, 0, 1, and 2. This is 2, index number 2. Here I want to insert 3. Okay. So 1, 2. Okay. After 3, it has inserted. We'll add element y at the location x. Okay. At this location, it has added 3. At location 2, index number 2, it has added 3. Okay. And 4 has been shifted to the right hand. So insert will not replace, it will add something. And the format of insert is, you need to specify the index number and the value which you want to insert at that index number. An index number starts from 0, 1, and 2. Now list remove. If you want to remove something, okay. Let's take this. Now we have a list. We are using, sorry. Okay. Remove function. Okay.
Excuse me, sir.
Now we have a list. We want to remove something. So what remove will do? It will remove first occurrence of 2 in a given list. Wherever 2 occurs for the first time, it will remove that only. Because 2 occurs here also, it will not remove that. It will only remove the first occurrence of 2. Okay, remove function does that. So let's try. Okay, so 1, 1. Then here we have the 2, but here it has been removed. Directly we have 3, 4, and again 2. Okay. Suppose if I repeat this again, see, now it has removed this 2 also. Now we have only 1, 3, and 4. Okay. So it removes the first occurrence of that number. If it were 1, then it will remove 1.
Sir,
Yeah.
the insert method in Python, which you have shown just now, it is internally it is performing the right shift operation, right? From the index position we are mentioning.
Which method?
Insert.
Mm-hmm.
It is internally it is performing the right shift operation, right, sir?
Yes, right.
Okay.
It will insert the element at that position and shift the remaining element to the right side.
Yes, sir. Exactly.
Now list append and extend. You have seen both append and extend. You can directly append another list also with the list, right? Here we have list 1, we have list 2, and we are appending list 2 to the list 1. Okay. So tell me what will be the result. 1 minute. What will be the result here according to you?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Okay.
Yes.
And for list 2,
Only 5, 6.
okay. Yeah, it works that way. Okay. So the first, it appends the elements in the first list. Okay. And if you have noticed that append changes the list. After using this, we have print list, and the elements have been added and the list have been changed, right? The original list have been changed using the append function. My extend will just join the list with the 2 lists. Okay, extend just used to join this. Now you will see the difference. One minute. And 2. Yeah. Actually, this is the previous operation which I have performed using append. Okay. And now I am performing the extend. So extend is just adding the elements at the end, 5 and 6. I have pressed 2 times enter. So it has means a result in 2 times 5 and 6. If I enter again, it will result again 5 and 6. So it just enters the element. Means it adds the element at the end. But in append, it has added a new little list, means list within a list. But extend, it add elements, not a list, right? L equal to 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. And M equal to 3, 4, 34, 45. Okay, fine. Now L dot append M. So it will add, what it will do, how I will get the result? Can anyone tell me?
Sir, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 34, 30, 45 will be in a sublist
Yeah,
inside
right,
L.
right. That's the main difference. It's a list within a list. Why I am getting none here? Can anyone tell me why I am getting none? The results are not as expected. Then right, first I need to perform this, then I can print L. Okay, there's a difference. I'm now printing L, and here I need to write something, then I can take print of that, right? Directly, if I will write print here, then it will give none. First I need to perform this, then I can take the print of that. Now to delete a list, we can use delete, pop, and remove. But there's a slight difference between delete, pop, and remove. Okay. Delete to remove item based on index position. अगर आपको इंडेक्स पोजीशन के हिसाब से कोई आइटम को डिलीट करना है तो हम del ये यूज करते हैं, del. Okay, here index position is given as 1, so 0 and 1, so it will delete 2, right? See, so if you want to use this function, then you need to specify the index value. Okay, if I write directly the item number, then list indices must be integers or slices, not strings. It do not accept string. It accepts only integers or slices, or you can give slice. So let me write 0. So it has removed the element at the 0th index, that is 1. Okay, so while using delete, just use the index position. Now deleting an element from the end, we can use pop, because pop automatically removes the element from the end by default and returns the list. Okay, अगर हम pop use कर I haven't written anything, but it will automatically remove 1. It will automatically remove 1 from the end. See, 1 has been removed. Now, as many times I will perform this, it will remove that, the last element. Okay. See, here the list was 6, 4, 5, 8, and 2. And now I have 6, 4, 5, and 8. Is my voice audible right now?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Actually, my internet connection is coming and going. Okay, so pop removes the element from the end automatically. Okay, you don't have to specify anything. But if you write the index number, then it will remove that. Okay, I'll use index number. Zero, 1, 2, and 3. 8. 8 needs to be removed. Yeah, I have specified the index number as 8. So here 8 has been removed. Okay. And the remove element is then shown 8. Now remove. If we use remove, then we can directly specify the item name which we want to remove. Unlike in pop and delete method. In delete and pop, we cannot specify directly the element. We need to specify the index number. But in remove, we can specify the element name, and that element will be removed. Like I have specified here 3, and the 3 has been removed. Okay, so that's the difference between delete, pop, and remove. And if you do not specify any element in pop, it will remove from the end. What is the index number from the rightmost corner in a list? What is the index number? Hello, anyone? Index number क्या होता है?
-1, -2, -3.
Yeah, right. -1 से स्टार्ट होता है राइट साइड से, और अगर लेफ्ट से देखें हम, यानी कि ये होता है 1, सॉरी 0 से 0, 1,
0, 1, 2.
3, राइट. और ये होगा -1, -2, -3 and -4. Okay. List reverse. It will just reverse the list. Reverse is the reverse of the entire list. 1 minute. See, 1, 2, 3, 4, and here we are getting 4, 3, 2, 1. So if you use the name of the list dot reverse parenthesis, then you will get the list as reversed. And it's changing the original list, right? Because I have here used print name of the list, and the original list has been changed. Now list sorting. Okay, so there are two methods, sorted and sort. Anyone knows about this sorted and sort? Anyone? What is the difference between sorted and sort?
Arranging in an order.
Arranging? Arranging in?
Small to large value, sir. So 1, 2, 3.
Okay,
Six,
ascending order.
Ascending order, yes.
Yeah, okay. But means what is the difference between sort? See, we have two functions in list. One is sorted and another one is sort. So when I have to use sort and when I have to use sorted.
Sir, sorted, if we use sort, it will simply arrange the elements in the list, and it will return that original list itself in the arranged order, sorted order. But if we use sorted instead, then it will create a new list in which all the elements will be arranged.
Okay. What's your name?
Sorry,
What's your name?
Sir Anurag Chatterjee.
Okay. So whatever you have said now, actually the reverse of that is true.
Okay, I
Yeah.
just
So sorted will not change the original list. Okay. It will give you a list, but the original list will remain intact as it is. But when you will use sort, the original list will get sorted. 1 minute. Huh? Hello. Okay. So now we'll see the result. Here we have done list name is numbers. We have the list and sorted. We are using sorted on this list. Now we are printing numbers. What is expected in the result? What we will get? Do we get it in ascending order?
Yes, sir.
By default, we'll get in ascending order.
I don't think so. Actually, we have uses sorted of numbers, right? Sorted of numbers do not change the original list. And what we are printing here, we are printing the original list, which is numbers. So original list will not get changed in this case. So we are getting it as original. Okay. But if I place any
Is the
name here,
print
L is equal to sorted of numbers, and if I will print here L, then I will get L as sorted. Okay. But let's check the original list. See, original list is as it is. Only the sorted functions changes it in ascending order, but not the original list. It does not change the original list. Okay, this is the sorted function. So I have just given it a variable name, and I have printed that variable. Okay.
Sir,
Yeah.
sir, but previously what I have described about sorted and sort, this is only the thing which you have explained right now.
But you are telling that in sort, it do not changes the original list. But in sort, it changes the original list.
Yes, sir, I have mentioned that if we use sort, it will not create a new list. Instead, it will modify the original list in a sorted order.
You have said the reverse of that actually. When it will be uploaded on YouTube, now just listen to your words. Then. I have listened to you carefully, and you are saying that sort will not change the original list, but sort changes the original list. Okay, we have create a list with numbers and sorted. Okay, I have done this, and now I need to check sort. Okay. Yeah, here I have sort. Okay, this is a list, and I am using sort on that. As I am using sort, the original list must be changed in ascending order. So yes, it has been changed in ascending order. 125, here I have 1, 4.2, 5, 5, and 20. Okay. So do not means get confused between these words sorted and sort. Sort changes the list permanently, and sorted do not change the original list. It just gives you the numbers or the list in ascending order, but the original list remains same in sorted. Okay. These are jumbling words, sort and sorted. Okay, we have different data types here. Now, what to expect if I have different data types? 120, B, and A. B and A are strings. These are the numbers. Now, will I get the list in sorted order? Any guess? I don't remember your names. Durga and Kumar, Rishabh, Rudramani, Sabarna. You are the silent people in this group. Sajal Kumar, Saini. Any guess? Am I audible?
Sir,
Yeah, I don't have idea about mixed list.
Sorry.
sir, this will not work cause like how it will compare between integer and string.
Yes, right. Not supported between instances of a string and integer. Okay. List having multiple references. Caution. Caution. Why is given caution here? Because if you are working on databases and if you will perform this operation, then it will, what it will do? Here, is this the right way to work on the data? I am using ABC. The list name is given as LST, okay, list. And what I have mentioned here, ABC is equal to list. Then ABC dot append 6. What append do? Append क्या करता है?
Adds element to the end of the array sequence.
Yes, right. So what it will do, it will add 6 at the end of this list, right? But is this the right way to work on data set? As a data
Sir,
scientist,
it will not add 6 to the end of the list LST. It will instead add 6, append 6 to the end of the list ABC.
but my dear, ABC and list are same here. ABC is equal to list. ABC is equal to list. So one is the same thing, no?
But sir, are we not creating a new object of the list?
Sorry, I cannot understand you.
Like though we are appending, though we are assigning the original list to a new list, but ABC is a new object, right, sir?
Yeah, means that's the mistake. What is the mistake that I am performing here? Can you give me think over it? As a data analyst, as a data scientist, what mistake I am performing here? This is my original data set. Okay, suppose this is my original data set. Client has given me this data. Okay, client has given me this data. I've got this data from his or her database. Okay. Now I am using this function. What it will do with the data which I have got from the client?
Oh, acha. Now I got it. So basically, sir, LST and ABC both will point to the memory location in which the list 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is contained.
Yes, right. Yeah, okay. जी राइट बोला आपने यहाँ से ABC is equal to list, so same memory location. Now suppose this data is given by client. Okay, this is a very important data. Okay. Sorry, yeah, sound जिसके पास आ रहा था माइक म्यूट करेंगे ओके थैंक यू अगर साउंड आए पीछे से तो प्लीज माइक म्यूट कर दीजिएगा ओके तो देखिए this is the data given by my client. It is very important data. I have to perform data analysis and all that things on this data. Now ABC is equal to LST. I have written this and now I am appending 6 on this data which is the original data. Okay, so what it will do, see original list 1 2 3 4 5 6. Original list has been changed. because I have written ABC is equal to original list. So original list has been changed. Original data has been changed. So this is not the right way to work on data because this data I have got from my client. It is the original data, no? And I have changed the original data. So this is not the right way. What we need to do, should we change the original data which we have got from the client? No. Always first make a copy of the data, then work on that data. Okay. Whatever data we got from the database or client, always make a copy of that first and then work on that. Okay. Or we can do like 1 minute. Deleting this, I can just take L equal to LST dot append. Okay. So what I am doing here, I am just making a copy of this original data. Okay.
Hello,
Yes.
sir. Please tell her to mute.
Uh, please mute your mic, whoever is this. 1 minute. Need to check. Asia, please mute your mic. Thank you. Okay. So this is the original data. And what I am doing here, I am making a copy of it, right? We should not make equal because it will change the original list or original data. We should make a copy. So copy is made in this way. L is equal to lst dot append 6. Now, if I print L and if I print the original list, L is nothing. Okay, 1 minute. But original list has been changed. Oh, ऊपर से perform हो रहा है. 1 minute. No? Now lst1 dot append 8. Okay. Now if I print this, let me make it print of L. Will I get something? No, it's not working in this way. Why it's not working? 1 minute. So,
Sir, is it because append method does not return anything? It simply modifies what the original list. That's why it's returning none.
But it should return something. Huh? Okay, fine. Right. It's adding element to the first list. Right. So append will give us the list 1 result actually. So lst1 dot append, if I use it, Then I need to check list 1. Yeah. Yeah, right. So append method we cannot use on the original data set because it will change the original data set. First, you need to make a copy of the data. Extend will just join the two lists. We have seen this sorted, sort, list indexing. Okay, splitting a string. This is a string I have. This is machine learning and AI course. Okay. And I'm using a split on this list. List name is S and I'm using a split on it. So what result I will get means if you have any idea, anyone who has read about a split function.
Sir, it will convert the string into list of words.
Yes, means from the name we can get that it will split the string. But how it will split it?
By space.
Yeah, right.
Sir, using the delimiter.
Space, right? See, this is an item, comma, one space. Then this is another item, okay, comma, then here is a space. So it is separated by space. All the words are separated by space. We can rejoin these also. Suppose S is the name of the string, okay, and we have splitted it. Now S is in this form, splitted form. Now we can join them back using join and split list, the name of the list, okay. See, here we have used another list name split underscore list, and we have splitted the original list, okay. So S is the same, but we have created a copy of that, okay. So split underscore list is in this form. Now what we are doing here, we are joining this list split underscore list, okay. इसे हम join कर रहे हैं कैसे? डॉट join, डॉट join से हम इसे join कर रहे हैं. तो अभी मुझे रिजल्ट बता सकते हो क्या मिलेगा?
Sir, these between each and every word there will be one space, then star, then again one space. So this star space star is, and this will go on.
One space. Now
This star is star machine star.
yes, right. And if I want it back in this form, then I need to remove this and one space, okay. Now this is one space. So what join will do, it will means use these items, okay, string, and insert one space after this. After this first item, it will insert one space. Then after this, it will insert one space, and it will join all. Okay. Let me run this. See, we have used a space, so it is joined using a space. See, here is space, here is space. So it is joined using a space because we have directed it using a space. Now I have not left any space between the single inverted comma. So it will join it directly without any space. See. So by whatever mean we want to join it, we have to write it here. Okay. list indexing. Each element in the list has an assigned index value. Indexing, you all know, I think. So it's not new to you. Anyone who don't know indexing in list? Anyone? Because we have mixed people. Some knows about Python. Some are very new to it. So anyone new who don't know how to do indexing?
Sir, me.
Okay. So we are taking list, okay? Then we will understand what is indexing. Sorry. Okay. So this is list, okay? See, indexing is nothing but giving number to a particular item. Okay, these are items. So if we start from the left side, this is the left side, okay? So if I am starting from left, index number given to this is 0, okay? This is index number 1, index number 2, and index number 3. So if you want to access the list, you can access the list with the help of index numbers. Suppose you want to remove this item, then you have to give index number 0. This is at index number 2 right now. 0, 1, 2. So if you want to remove 3 or you want to replace 3, then you have to give the index number 2. See, this number is 3, but the index number here is 2. 0, 1, 2. So you have to write 2, not 3, okay, to replace or to remove this item. Now, print list of 1. Here we have written list of 1 in square brackets, okay, and always use the index number in list in square brackets. Now we have written 1, so this is 0, this is index number 1. So it will print what? 2. We will get on output 2, right? Now print list minus 2. Now here minus 2 is written, but we have seen the index number is 0, 1, 2, and 3. So minus, if we count the numbers or if we count the items in the list from the right hand side, okay, this is the right hand side. If I count from this side, then the index number starts from minus 1. So this is minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, minus 4. So it is not compulsory that you should give index number 1 to remove this. You can give index number minus 3 also to remove this, okay, because minus 1, minus 2, and minus 3. So if you give index number minus 3 and give a remove means a function, it will be removed, okay. See.
Sir, for minus, it also starts from 0 or 1.
Minus 1. It starts from minus 1, not from 0.
And for the positive, it starts from 0.
Yes, from here it starts from 0. And
Okay.
this is positive side. For negative side, it starts from minus 1. So see, here list, we have mentioned index number 1, not the number 1, okay. Mostly people get confused that this is the number 1. No, here it is the index number, and index number 1 is 2. So we have print 2, okay. Now index number minus 2, that is minus 1 and minus 2. So on the output we got 3. So don't confuse numbers with index number. If you write name of the list and in brackets you write anything, that becomes the index number, not the item number. Now list slicing. What is list slicing? What is list slicing? Anyone knows?
We can fetch some specific parts of a list, like subparts.
Okay. Yeah, if you want to access the list, but you want to access selected part, not the whole list, then we can use list slicing. Okay. And the numbering in list slicing or the range, we can say the range which we use to slice the list, that is in a different way. Okay, the last number is omitted from the list. Slicing doesn't work on the last number. Okay, suppose see, the numbers here are 10, 20, 13 up to 80. Okay, print numbers. Here I have given just a colon and nothing written in front and back of the colon. So what does this mean? It will print the complete list. Okay, because I have not mentioned the range here, not in front, not in back, no range given. So it will print the complete list. But if you want to access the list in a selected range, I may say, so you have to write the numbers, index numbers. Okay, so here I have written the index number 0 to 4. Now you tell me which numbers will be selected from here.
10, 20, 30, 40.
Okay, 10, 20, 30, 40. Anyone else? यही नंबर सिलेक्ट होंगे क्या? कोई और बोलो, अपना गैस बताओ।
हाँ सर, 10, 20, 30, 40.
50 क्यों नहीं होगा?
It is mentioned there that index 0 to index 3.
Sir,
Index 0
because
to
the end index is exclusive. So if we mention the end index, it will only slice up the value till end index -1 position.
index number 4. So 0, 1, 2, 3, and this is index number 4. But when we write a range, it does not consider the last index number. Okay, like here I have written 4, so it will not consider item at index number 4. It will leave that, and it will take 10, 20, 30, 40. Okay, so if you define a range, always keep in mind that the last index number item will be omitted from the list. It will not be considered. Like here 10, 20, 30, and 40. It will not take 50, though the index number of 50 is 4. It will not take that. Print alternate numbers in a list. Okay. Now, print numbers. We have the whole list. Okay, numbers. What are we getting? It's taking another number. Actually, I may have created before. 1 minute. Okay. Now we have the list name numbers, and first we have given just simple print numbers. So it has print all the numbers or all the items in the list. Now we have written print numbers, okay, double colon and 2. What does this 2 means here?
Step
by two.
count.
Sorry,
Skip 2
Step
elements.
count.
your voice is not clear.
Sir, it is the step count, like it will skip one number in between.
Yes, it's skipping the number and it's taking the alternate number like 10, then it will skip 20, it will take 30, it will skip 40, and it will take 50. Now this print numbers 2 double colon then 2. What it's doing?
Sir, start in second number and then is start in 0. Then step 2, step
Mhm.
start in 30 and then 1 left and
Yes,
50.
this is here. What is this? This is the index number.
Yes, sir, starting
Right.
index number.
So it will start whatever function it will perform. It will skip 1 1, but it will start from where? Index number 2. So this is 0, 1, and 2. So it will start from 2 and it will skip one element and takes the other element, right? So 30, then it will take 50, then 70. 2 is nothing but it will take the second element. Let's try 3. Now, when I have written 3, it will select the third element. So from first, it will take 10, then it will take 1, 2, 3. It will take 40. Then again 1, 2, 3. It will take 70. Third element. It will consider every third element. Okay. Now this is index 2. Let me write index number 4. Now 1, 2, 3, and sorry, 0, 1, 2, 3, and 4. This is index number 4. Now it will start from 50 and it will select every second element. So it will
50,
start,
70.
sorry,
After 50, it will select 70.
yes, right. After 50, it will select 70. 50 and 70. So you have understood. If before this double colon, if we write any number, that becomes the index of the list. And afterward, if we write anything, that is the step that we have to take. Means the element which we have to select, third element or fourth element from the present element. Suppose present element is 10, then we have to take the third element from there. So 1, 2, 3. It will be 40. Like that. Plus operator, where we use it on numbers now. Can we use it on a list also?
Yes, sir.
Okay, but if I am using this plus on list, then what this operation is called? Normally a term is given if we use plus
List
on
concatenation.
yes, right, concatenation. If we use the plus operator on strings, it is called concatenation. Concatenation is nothing but adding two strings or two lists. It will just add. And list can contain different types of elements. It can contain numbers, strings, floats. Okay. So here in the first list, we have numbers. In the second list, we have strings. So they can be added with the help of concatenation operator or plus operator. So let's see the new list. This is the new list where we have added these two lists with the help of plus. So this is called extend also. It is means performing the extend operation, which we have done before. Extend just adds elements to the list. Now, to count the elements in the list, we have a count function. We have a count function to count elements in the list. We have numbers as the list here, and we want to count. Can anyone tell me what is number 1 here?
Number
The
2.
element one.
Is it index or is it the item?
It's the item, sir.
Yes, it's the item, not index. Okay, so you need to remember these things. But the beauty of the Python is that if you don't remember this also, it will tell you the thing which you need to do in the error. You will get means in below the error you will get. You will come to know what you need to do. So by mistake, if you take it as index also, then you will come to know what you have to perform. Okay, so nothing to worry. So but here it is the item, not the index number. Now I need to count the number of ones occurring in this list. So what I will write, name of the list dot then count 1. पैरेंथेसिस के अंदर जो आइटम काउंट करना है वो लिखना है. मुझे अभी 1 काउंट करना है, तो मैंने लिख दिया 1. ओके, तो अब ये काउंट करके बताएगा इस लिस्ट में कितने 1 है. ओके, सिमिलरली अगर मुझे 3 काउंट करना है, तो मैं क्या लिखूंगा, लिस्ट का नाम लिखना है, डॉट से सेपरेट करना है और काउंट लिख के आइटम का नाम लिखना है. हो सकता है यहाँ पे कोई स्ट्रिंग हो तो वो स्ट्रिंग को स्ट्रिंग लिखना है. ओके, सो इट विल काउंट, जिसे हम फ्रीक्वेंसी कहते हैं, एंड इट विल गिव द फ्रीक्वेंसी ऑफ दैट एलिमेंट in the list. Now how many times 1 occurs in this list? This is 1 and 2 times 1 occurs. Similarly 3 occurs, 1, 2 times. So both occurs 2 times in the list. So if you need to count any element, how many times it occurs, you just need to put dot count after the list name. Enumerate IDX, converting a list, split function हम लोग ने देखा है. List comprehensions, okay. अब हम लोग देखते हैं टपल्स. Tuple, list are mutables and tuples are not mutables. Why it is so? Can anyone tell me?
Because, sir, once we assign elements into a tuple, we cannot modify it
Why?
after that.
Why I cannot modify the element in the tuple?
Sir, cause it's immutable.
So why it's immutable?
To prevent some external tampering of data,
Hmm.
to provide the data its original security, so that no one else can like change or modify the data.
Yes, right. So such things are written in tuple so that they cannot be changed. Once values are assigned in a tuple, they cannot be changed. Though in some conditions, if you write list within a tuple, you can alter that list. You can change values in that list which is within a tuple, but you cannot change the whole item. Okay, I will show you that example afterwards. So tuple is written in parentheses. Parentheses, everyone knows what are parentheses. अभी तक सबको पता होगा ना parentheses क्या है?
Yes, sir.
हाँ, नहीं पता है तो बता देता हूँ. These are parentheses, okay? And these are square brackets. And these are curly brackets, right? Tuples are written in parentheses. Lists are written in square brackets, and sets and dictionary are written in curly brackets. Okay. If you want to create a dictionary, 1 minute. Yeah, if you want to create a dictionary or set, you have to use these curly brackets. For list, use square brackets, and for tuple, this is called parentheses. Now, tuples. A tuple is similar to list. Tuple किसकी तरह होता है? List की तरह होता है. The difference between the two is that we can't change the elements of tuples once it is assigned, whereas in the list elements can be changed. See, if we create a list, suppose list consists of the numbers 1, 2, 3, right? If I create a list name L is the name of the list, and in the list I have elements 1, 2, 3. Okay, these are the elements in the list. Now, if I want to change any element, what I need to do, just mention the name of the list, square bracket, then 1 equal to, this is assignment, this is assignment operator, okay, equal to 5, and now print L. See, with the help of index number, we can change the element. Now index number 1, here I have replaced 2 with 5. So this is assignment operator. We can assign new element in the list. We can change the list. If you have means यहाँ पे अब मैंने क्या किया है, लिस्ट को चेंज कर दिया ना. पहले मैंने लिस्ट क्रिएट किया था तो नंबर्स क्या था उसमें, एलिमेंट्स क्या थे, 1, 2, 3 थे. अभी एलिमेंट क्या है नया लिस्ट में, 1, 5 और 3 है. लिस्ट तो चेंज हो गया ना. तो हम लिस्ट को चेंज कर सकते हैं असाइनमेंट ऑपरेटर की मदद से. ओके, इंडेक्स नंबर स्पेसिफाई करो और जो भी इंडेक्स नंबर आपने स्पेसिफाई किया है वहां पे ये आ जाएगा. ओके, और जो इंडेक्स नंबर है ही नहीं वो लिस्ट असाइनमेंट इंडेक्स आउट ऑफ रेंज. सो if any mistake you commit, then you will get the solution for that from here, index error. Okay, just read what is the problem. Index assignment, list assignment index out of range, यानी कि आपने जो इंडेक्स दिया है वो रेंज में ही नहीं है, तो आपको क्या करना है, इंडेक्स रेंज में देना है. तो यहाँ पे हमारे पास इंडेक्स है 0, 1 और 2 तक, 5 हमारे पास नहीं था. अभी देखो मैंने इंडेक्स 0 दिया है तो 0 पे ये चेंज हो गया, 1 से हो गया 5. ओके, इसलिए व्हाट वी से, लिस्ट आर म्यूटेबल. म्यूटेबल मींस इट कैन बी चेंज्ड. आई हैव क्रिएटेड लिस्ट, आई हैव चेंज्ड द लिस्ट. लिस्ट आर म्यूटेबल. But tuple one created, it cannot be changed. Let me create a tuple. Tuple 1. See, I cannot give this name, okay, because it's highlighted. So give some another name. So I added 1. Tuple. Now tuple we write in parentheses 1, 2, and 3. Same above as list. Let me add 4 also. Okay, so it's 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now if I want to change the element, so tuple 1 of suppose index number 1. I want to change element at index number 1 to 10. And let's see the result. Print. Tuple 1. See, tuple object does not support item assignment. We cannot assign items in a tuple, so we cannot change the tuple once it is created. Okay, we cannot change it. That is why tuple is mutable. Sorry, immutable. Immutable means it cannot be changed. Okay, and list are mutable. Mutable का मतलब change. We can change, we can mute it, or we can change the list. So tuple does not support item assignment. What is the other properties of tuple? A tuple is a sequence of immutable Python objects, which we have just seen. Tuple use parentheses, okay, well, whereas list use square brackets, right? Creating a tuple is as simple as putting different comma separated value enclosed in parentheses. Sometimes parentheses is optional. Apart from immutability, tuples mostly behave like a list. Okay. This is the one major difference between list and tuple. Okay. Immutability. Tuples are immutable. They cannot be changed, and lists are mutable. This is the major difference. And here they have said that tuple can be written without parentheses also. Let me check if I can write without parentheses also. 1, 2, 3. And let me check the type of it. Yeah, this is also a tuple, so we can write it without parentheses. Okay, right? Now let me create another tuple. 5. I am writing without parentheses, right? Single item is there. Now print type of M. What is the name of the tuple? M.
The string type, sir.
Sorry,
5 is string.
your voice is not audible.
Sir, I said that 5 is string value.
String.
Yes, sir.
No, string always comes in single, double, inverted comma. Here I have not used inverted comma, single or double. So how this will become a string?
Yes, sir. That's value is string. You can print that.
No. Anyone else who wants to say that this is a string? What was your name?
Akib, sir.
Akib. Okay, Akib. And Anurag, what's your suggestion?
Sir, aim is of type integer since we
Yes.
are including 5 in it.
Yes, right. It's an
If,
integer.
like if we instead like written the 5 in double quotes, then it would have become string.
Yes, right. So what I will get here when I will print the type of M, will it give a tuple or a string or integer?
It's a string, sir.
A string.
Yes, sir.
Anyone else? Shashri Satabdi.
Sir.
Integer.
Okay. So 2 are string, 1 is integer. Anyone else who wants to go with a string or integer?
I told integers.
Integer.
Integer, okay. And tuple कोई नहीं बोलना चाहेगा, ये tuple नहीं बन रहा है क्या? यहाँ पे 3 एलिमेंट थे, यहाँ पे मैंने बस एक एलिमेंट लिखा है, तो ये भी तो टपल बनना चाहिए ना।
It's a single one, sir. That's the reason we're telling it as integer.
So how means why it is not a tuple, but what's the mistake in
If we
this?
are giving, if we are giving m comma n comma or something else, then we can give 5, 6, and 7 like that. But here we giving only one for m.
Okay, can you convert this into a tuple?
Sir, if we append a comma after 5, then it will
Okay.
become tuple, since tuple is a comma separated values.
Yeah, right. Right. This is an integer, okay, not a string. And to convert it into a tuple, we just need to append an comma at the end, okay? So here there is no comma, so it is giving the class type as integer, but below I've used a comma after the number, so it became a tuple, okay? So what we came to the conclusion, though we can use tuple without parenthesis, but it is mandatory to use a comma after the first element, okay? If you are using a single element, then use comma after that, then it will become a tuple.
Sir,
Yeah,
sir, but in case of list also, the values are separated by comma only. Then why it is becoming only in tuple?
because a list we cannot write without the square brackets, right?
Square bracket, yes.
Oh, acha, acha, yes.
Yeah. There it is mandatory to use square brackets to make that a list.
Yeah. Parenthesis for tuple.
Yeah. Here parenthesis is optional. You can use it, you cannot, means if you don't want, then it's okay. Okay, so we have seen some properties. These are also asked in interviews, means whenever you will go for the interview, no, these basic things will be asked. What is the difference between a list and a tuple? So remember these things. What is the difference between a list and a tuple? And what are sets? What is dictionary? How you can create a dictionary? What is the difference between dictionary and tuples and list? So these types of questions are asked for freshers who are going for data scientist course. There are lots of questions on data structures actually. Yes.
Sir, can you share this PDF file?
Okay, I will share on the group.
Okay, sir.
It will be helpful to you.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Tuples are hashable. What does this mean? Tuples are hashable.
So every individual value can have itself as a tuple.
Sorry.
Every individual entry inside a tuple can be a tuple itself.
Every individual element within a tuple is itself a tuple.
Yes, sir.
No, I'm asking means what do you mean by hashable? Tuples are hashable. What do you mean by that?
Sir, a hash value is generated using the hash function in case of tuples, so
Yes.
that we can uniquely identify.
Yes, right. Values in tuples cannot be changed. That's why tuples are hashable. Values in list can be changed. That's why lists are not hashable. Hashable means they must have a unique value. Once they are created, they are assigned a one unique value and that cannot be changed. That's why tuples are hashable. Okay. So this type of questions are asked. Why are tuples hashable? What do you mean by tuples are hashable, and why are tuples hashable and why lists are not hashable? What is the difference? You need to say that in list, the elements can be changed. We can add or we can replace the elements or items in the list. Therefore, they are not hashable. because they are not having unique values. We can change them. But in tuples, once we create the tuple, it remains intact. We cannot change the elements. So they are assigned a unique value. That's why we cannot change them. That's why tuples are hashables. Now, hashing. Hashing is a process of translating values to unique numbers, generally called a hash code. Okay. This is the difference between list and tuple. Mutable list, mutable, tuple, immutable, cannot be changed. List, dynamically resizable array, and tuple, fixed in size. Once it is created, we cannot add any element or item. We cannot replace the item, fixed in size. Okay, but list, we can add item, we can increase or decrease the size of the list. We can even make the list empty. Okay. Emphasizes on quantity. This emphasizes on the structure. Then lists are unhashable. Tuples are hashable. List क्या करता है? It uses a square brackets. Tuple use parenthesis. That is also optional sometimes. Okay. And comma not required when having a single element. Comma is required when having a single element. In list, if you see, comma is not required when you are having a single element, because already we are writing that element within square brackets, so we do not need comma, right? But in tuples, comma is mandatory. Even if you write within parentheses or with parentheses, comma is required. See, why tuple is hashable but not list. Tuple creation. There is an empty tuple. We can create an empty tuple by just writing the parentheses. And here we have written different types of data. We have written the numbers, a string, and we have the float value. We have the Boolean value, true and false, right? So tuples with the mixed data types, we can create that. Tuple we can create with mixed data. We can create with numbers, strings, floats, and Boolean values, which are true and false. Okay. Now, previously I tried to change the value in the tuple, right? Let me create a tuple. T is equal to 5, 6, 7. Okay. Now I have a tuple created named T. I cannot assign it any new value, right? Like T of index number 0. If I want to change it to 7 or suppose 9, then print T. Cannot assign to function call. We cannot assign value, right? In tuple we cannot assign value, but we can access the tuple with the help of index number. We can access the tuple. Index number 0, we have element number 5. Okay. So we can access the tuple with the help of index number, but we cannot assign any new thing. We cannot assign. It's immutable. But access you can do. Parentheses is optional. Okay, we have discussed all these things. List within a tuple. 1 minute. Okay. Now see, here the tuple name is TUP5, and I have elements 1, then, and this is a tuple. Okay, tuple within a tuple. This is a tuple within a tuple, and I have a list within a tuple. So this is called nested tuple, and we can have this also. Okay, it's valid. See, and if I type of tuple, so the class is tuple. So this is valid. We can use tuple within a tuple. We can use list within a tuple. But as I said, tuples are immutable. But I told that if we are using a list within a tuple, then we cannot change the whole list. The whole item we cannot change, but I can change elements within that list. Okay, I can change it, the elements within that list. So for that, what I need to do, tup5, then square bracket. For that, we need to know the index number of that list. Okay, so what is the index number of list? 0, 1, and 2. 2 is the index number of that list. Okay, so first I have to write the index number of list. Then I will write the index number of the element within the list which I want to change. So I want to change Raju. Okay, so Raju is at index number 1 within the list. Okay, within the list, it is of index number 1. This is 0, this is 1. So we are working now within the list. Index number 1, and I want to assign. Yes. Yeah. So now I want to assign name Avi. Okay. Now print see, it has changed from Raju. I have changed it to Avi. So I can change elements within a list. Okay, though the list is in this tuple, I can change elements of that list, but I cannot change the whole element of the tuple, right? But if you are having list within a tuple, you can change element of that list, because lists are mutable. Accessing elements in tuple, we can access, right? I just shown you using the index number. नेगेटिव इंडेक्स नंबर यूज करके भी हम एलिमेंट्स एक्सेस कर सकते हैं. नेस्टेड टपल हम लोग ने अभी देखा, एक स्ट्रिंग है और ये टपल विद इन अ टपल है, राइट? देखिए, दिस item is written in parentheses, so it became a tuple. That's why I am saying this is a tuple, because what I noticed, it is written within parentheses, so it became a tuple. And here it is tuple, and this is tuple within a tuple. Okay, so we can write it. Slicing works the same way in tuple as it used to work in the list. Okay, so if you want to select a particular range of elements in the tuple, then you can use slicing. Let's check that. Okay, now from index number 1, this is index number 1, 2, 3, only up to 3. I will not go up to 4. Okay, it's up to, not including the index number 4. So I have 2, 3, and 4. This is the index number 4, but we have to ignore this. We ignore the last number. Okay. Now this is negative indexing. It is starting from 0 and it is ending at -2. This is -1, this is -2. So what will be the output in this case? I don't know the output. Anyone tell me what will be the output? I'm using -2 here. Tell me.
3, 4.
Yes, Akib.
Sir, 1, 2, 3, 4.
1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay. Anyone who is with a different answer? Or will be the answer?
So first one will
5,
be
4, 3.
5 and 6.
5 and 6. 5, 4, 3. Two answers.
No, sir. From 1 to 4. From 1 till 4.
Okay, 1 till 4. Okay, let's check. Yes, it's 1, 2, and 3, 4. This is -2. So we do not consider the index number which is written here. Okay, so -1 and -2. These two will not be considered, and all the elements will be considered from 0. Here it is 0. Nothing written means 0. Okay, nothing written here, it is means 0 is here. So 0, 1, 2, 3, and here it is -2. So we will not consider -2 and -1. Okay, -2 is written means till you do not go beyond it. You do not need to go beyond that. -2, here it is -2. So stop. 1, 2, 3, 4. Don't go beyond that. Okay, just check the minus number and don't go beyond that. Now changing a tuple, is that possible? I just explained it's not possible. We cannot change a tuple. Okay, so assignment operator doesn't work on a tuple. See, but if the element is itself a mutable data type like list, its nested items can be changed. Everyone getting this point? Tuple cannot be changed, but if the element is itself a mutable data type like list, its nested items can be changed. Right? All agree?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Concatenating operator works the same way on tuple as it used to work on the list. Okay. And concatenating operator is nothing but the addition operator plus sign. Yeah, we will see what is the result. Okay, here x is equal to 9, y is equal to 9, comma, both are within the parenthesis. Print x raised to, this is nothing but multiplication. Okay, this 1 star means multiplication, and if I use 2 star, that is means raised to. Okay, so this is multiplication. So what I am telling, print x multiply by 3. X is nothing but this, and in another statement I am saying print y multiply by 3. Y is nothing but this. I am telling multiply this also by 3 and multiply this also by 3. Now I am checking what is the results and what is the type of this data. Okay, so please tell me what will be the result if I will print this.
27.
27.
Okay, and if I will print this,
9, 9, 9.
yes, right. Okay, because this simple an integer and this is a tuple, so multiplication is operating different on integer and tuple. Okay, and here the class type we can check its integer and here it is tuple. 1 minute, guys. Huh? Okay. Now there is a tuple deletion. Delete entire tuple using delete keyword. If you use the delete keyword, del, and write the name of the tuple, that entire tuple will be deleted. Let's check it. Though the tuple is mutable, we cannot change it, means immutable, but we can delete it, right? Named is not defined. Why not defined? Delete entire tuple. Name
Sir,
is
I guess you first need to initialize the tuple and then singly run it. Then after in the next block, you
it's not taking all at the time actually. No, not getting. Named is not defined. Why is not defined? It's a tuple. Why it's not working? Print T.
Execute the 168 first.
What?
Yeah,
One
means before cell. Execute execute that cell, execute that cell. After that, execute next.
I've done that.
no, sir. Actually, delete is a method. You need to put the tuple name inside the parenthesis.
Yeah, I think that.
No.
Let's
Run.
try.
No.
Sir, it's run. T is deleted. That is
No.
T is not defined.
Anyways, not.
T is not defined because of just execute the first cell.
Yes, sir. T is deleted. That is why T is
Yeah,
not defined.
Yes, and execute that cell.
No, not working. No.
And
Yes.
T is already deleted. Del T is there now. Then you print the print T. That
Yeah.
is, it's still it's not defined.
Right. Actually, it's not working because T is deleted here only.
Yes, sir. You can print first, print T, then delete.
Yes. Now, if I write print of T, yeah. So if we delete the tuple, then it gives the same result. Name T is not defined because it
Sir,
cannot find tuple.
This is not the correct syntax. Delete is a method, and you need to put the name of the tuple inside a parenthesis.
No, this is right actually. If you delete anything, then the system cannot find that. That's why it is giving this error. Name T is not defined because you have deleted it already.
Okay, sir. In that case, can you do one thing? If you just include the print statement above the delete statement.
Yeah, print above delete.
Yes, sir. Print and del is working. Yes, sir.
1 minute. Print T, then delete T, then again print T. See? Before deleting, there was a tuple. After deleting, it cannot find the tuple. That's why name named is not defined.
Sir, you can you just simply comment out the line print T in the last line?
Yeah.
Can you the last one print T? Can you just simply comment that line?
This
And I guess there will be no error
No,
if the
one.
syntax is
I'm-
true.
Yeah, the tuple is deleted. I need to run this first and then this. Yeah. We have performed the delete operation after print. So it has first print the tuple value, then delete is performed. And now if I print this, it will not give the tuple. See. I think this much is enough for today. Tuple sort and one or two functions are there. Tuple and sets and dictionaries are remaining. Sets and dictionaries are not that much big. Okay, this much is fine for today. I will share a PDF in the group. Okay. Everyone there?
Yes, sir.
Okay, okay. Okay then.
Sir, one question.
Yes.
Sir, if I want to print ABC
Mhm.
from this top 5, then how do we access? Like we have to mention -1, then -1.
I do not get it.
Sir,
What are you
the
saying?
last tuple top 5 in which you have included nested tuples. Yes, sir, this one, just the below one.
Okay.
Yes, sir, this one.
Mhm.
If I want to access ABC,
Okay.
then I need to write -1 from the reverse position, I'm saying.
Yes, this is -1. Okay, so you need to first indicate the position in the tuple. Okay, so this is -1 in the tuple. Okay, now within the list you are working, so it is also -1. So -1, -1.
Okay, sir.
Okay, okay. So wind up today now here only. And any questions, then you can ask me in the group also. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Yeah.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Okay. Pooja, you are stopping the recording from there.